Yo, my friends, welcome back to Frog Boy X1 Gaming and Tech Reviews. I'm Andrew, and today we're going to talk about something pretty interesting, and I hope that this helps you figure out how to do this by yourself, so that you're not always kind of relying on somebody to do, setting up your wheel or something for you. So we're on the T598, Thrustmaster T598. I got the Evo wheel on. This is the R32 Evo wheel. We're on the Next Level Racing wheel stand 2.0. There's a link in the description if you want to get a Thrustmaster or Next Level Racing. I am an affiliate with both, and it definitely helps out the channel if you purchase these products. But we want to talk about the T598 today. Yesterday was the Fanatec day. I jumped on here and I jumped on the Fanatec. Let me preface this by saying that I normally always choose to utilize my wheelbases in automatic, like the auto settings, like a default setting, and this is why. Like, I'm going to show you. So right now we are on Kailami. I'm in the GT3 C8R, and I want to show you what I like to do. Kind of helps me get a feel for the games and stuff. So obviously this is a brand new game. So we're out here. Wait, what happened to my camera? Something's going on. Something's going on with my camera. I just paused just to eat. Let's just go to restart. So this is, why is the camera like, oh, that's why. I had something sitting on my, so is what I like to do, my friends, is I'll drive around in like second gear when I first get these games and stuff. And you can kind of feel how it's going to feel. You come over here and you kind of ride the curbs and stuff. I like to feel the way they feel. I like to feel that new haptic feedback, that force feedback. You get out here and you can kind of, it's not like really super powerful. I mean, it's a 5 Newton meter wheel. It's got, up to 10 Newton meters of overshoot if you absolutely need it. But the thing is like, you can feel all of this. And to me, when I'm driving my truck and I run over like some little bumps or some little curbs or something, and I hit like I can feel that. That's what it feels like. But what the T598 also has on top of that is that granular feedback. So like when I'm riding on this, every time there's a little crack, I can feel that crack. If I get out here and I touch the grass, I can feel that a lot more. Like, and it changes the way the wheel actually feels. Let's get over here to the left side of the car. You see, like right when I hit that grass, like I'm on here, and then right when I hit that grass, it starts to pull me. Okay, so now I know how that feels. Same thing. I get over here on the grass, it starts to pull the car. So I'm kind of fighting back on it. But you can definitely tell the difference. Let me get over here. You can tell the difference between this versus how the grass feels. Like this feels a lot harder, more like bouncy, but then when you hit the grass, it's a little bit softer. You still get that rumble and stuff, but it's a little bit like you can feel the softness of that versus the hardness of this, which is pretty cool. But then, ooh, right when you get out there in the dirt, like, oh, it starts to slow you down and you can feel it. And that feels like a little bit more in between, like your rumble strips versus your grass. It's not, I mean, it's like boof, right when you get into that. Like you can legit feel that, and then you get back onto the hard ground and you can feel that. So the reason why I say that, the reason why I tell you guys to like jump in here, go around and feel the different surfaces of the car and stuff, and then come back over onto the tarmac and stuff, get out here and then feel the tarmac. Feel how your tires feel at just, in second gear. And then go ahead and start cranking that. Give yourself, because now you kind of know how the car feels on the different surfaces. And that there should help you gain a little bit of confidence in your traction and stuff. Get down to 1. Like I sometimes I need my, my sound and stuff too, but you get out here and you just start zipping around these corners and stuff. You feel what the ground feels like. I mean, this wheel isn't super powerful, but what it does do is it conveys things in a way that you might not have ever felt on a bigger, heavier wheel. A lot of guys are like, oh yeah, you need this 15, 20 Newton meters, blah, blah, blah. No, you don't. No, you don't. You absolutely do not. 5 Newton meters is absolutely freaking perfect for most people. Like, you can feel everything. You can feel the sensation. I mean, look, I can keep my freaking car pretty straight. I'm not having like an issue like steering it or anything like that. Yeah, when you've got like tighter steering, you know, with heavier inertia and stuff, yeah, it kind of helps a little bit. But at the same time, like, that doesn't feel natural to me, man. Like, I don't think I've ever gotten in a car, except for one that has no power steering. You know, do you really want to drive cars that have no power steering? Like, you just get out here and you kind of feel the different surfaces of the track. Like, you don't have to just jump into every racing game and just sit there and like sweat it out, you know, trying to be a sweat. You can get in here and feel this. Like, I like that. Like, I put a lot of time and effort into that type of gameplay. I probably should have parked or started braking back there. But learn the track, learn the car combination. That's normally what I do. I don't do anything super special to my settings or do anything weird to my wheelbases or anything like that. I just want a plug and play experience. And so instead of learning things that you can do to your wheel, learn what, you know, your wheel is already doing. See, look at that. I got out there and I started freaking, I couldn't hold it together on that. Like, it took the wheels right out from under me. And now I'm getting another warning from the track limits. I don't know. I kind of feel like they neutered some of this because it kind of felt a little better before. No, I could feel a graininess. Oh no, that's because I was in a low gear. Huh. But you can feel like the engine. You can feel everything in this wheelbase now. So I don't really necessarily think there's anything that you can do to make it feel any better. It does feel light when you go around corners. It's 5 Newton meters of power. If you've got a bigger wheel like this right here, yeah, it's gonna feel lighter during the turns. But that's not a bad thing. That is, I don't understand why people think that's a bad thing. To me, that feels more natural. That means that, you know, like, look at my hands. Look at my hands. I'm not like rock solid on there. I'm just holding on to the wheel, you know, letting it drive as it should be. You know, it's not anything that, like, you don't need a whole lot of extra power to like drive and do good laps and stuff like that. Like, you can drive these with no freaking force feedback if you really wanted to. It's just getting here. It's all the extra added feeling in this. It makes it feel significantly better to me than having like heavier hitting freaking force feedback. I mean, when I had that 15 Newton meter Camus, I had to turn that thing down to like half power just because it was just too much. I don't want to sit and fight that wheel the whole time. I want to just feel good when I'm driving. Just want to be able to get out here, put in some laps on my favorite tracks, you know, and do some racing if I want, and if I want to. To me, that's what makes a racing game. It's not. I love the fact that this game came out and was controversial. To me, that means that they did something right that everybody didn't like. Because in my mind, it's like, okay, yeah, I get it, bro. It's not that easy game that you can just jump right into and start racing and beating everybody and making good, you know, good YouTube content. No, man, you're crashing all over the place. You look just like everybody else that's just starting out on a wheel. That's awesome. They did a good job at making everybody look the same. I actually spent my time learning how to drive these cars, learning how the game feels, and it didn't feel bad to me, even on launch day. I was still able to freaking drive and have a good time. Like, look at that, dude. You feel those bumps and everything. I like that. that to me is fine. I'm not upset about that in any way, shape, or form. You know, give it a little bit of throttle control, lift your foot off the brake, drive with one hand, do whatever you got to do. I mean, like, this does feel powerful enough to where it's like, holy crap, it like conveys every single thing I need it to so that I can drive. But a lot of it has to do with learning the track, learning the freaking courses, learning the car combination. Every car feels different. That is a good thing. But if you learn how to drive one car, you can usually get used to another car fairly decently, fairly quick. You don't need super high Newton meters to be able to drive anything. I mean, I guess maybe if you're wanting to like really be like pushing some limits or something, I don't know. To me, that just feels fake. When you have like super high Newton meters, you know, that like load up really good, like when you're going around a corner and it loads up really good and stuff like that, makes it feel like you can push it a little more. This here is, if you can learn to drive on this, oh dude, you'd be good on anything. You get some nice corners. Most of it's like your braking zone and like being able to get out of a corner and accelerate nice out of a corner. Like, this just feels incredible. Like, I absolutely love how this game feels on this wheelbase with that freaking gear jolt, man. That stuff is so cool. So cool. So if you're asking me, T598, I am using extreme settings though. So, I mean, go ahead and throw it on extreme, 900-degree wheel of rotation, gear jolt high, low boost high, high boost high. Like, yeah, everything's just pretty much maxed out and right where it should be. And it feels fine to me. It is kind of light though, that's for sure. At least on this track. Other tracks feel a little bit heavier. But this is the lightest track I've found that the car feels. And that's just because it feels like Kyalami is like really super smooth. And so you don't feel a lot of the bumping and jerking. But if you get over to like Spa or something, or even like, gosh dang it, Nordschleife, it hits a lot harder there. And this, like I said, this is the lightest it feels. So, yeah. Well, I haven't raced every track, but yeah, there you go, man. The Grand Prix, the Kyalami. I like Kyalami. It's a freaking really cool track. But that's what I'm saying. It's like the T598 is already an incredible wheelbase, and most of these games support, like T598, RS50, Fanatec DD Pro. They already support these wheels out of the gate. Like, they're already pretty tuned. For the most part, like, they feel pretty good. You don't really need to start worrying about settings and all of that other stuff until you start buying like higher end, you know, stuff that people want that customizability. I mean, Fanatec is pretty much right there at the edge where like it does incredible just out of the box with auto settings, but you can set those up very, very, very nice. There's, yeah, with Fanalab, yeah, you can definitely get some more going on that. And so as far as I'm concerned right now, like T598 feels pretty good most of the time, most of the cars right out of the gate in the auto settings. If you want, you know, if you want like better settings, I don't know. I mean, like, the game settings are pretty much kind of maxed out too. I've got like the haptic feedback stuff maxed out. Yeah, it just feels pretty good to me. That's my honest opinion, is get out there and like drive around a little bit, feel the track, feel the car, you know, see how that feels, you know, and like play around with it a little bit, get used to it. You know, don't grip the steering wheel super tight, you know, just kind of let it ride through your hands and stuff, and you'll feel those nuances and stuff like that. And, you know, get really good at the tracks and stuff. And then, you know, like when you start to try to push it a little bit on this, it just, to me, it's like, I don't know. Like when I'm racing, when I'm on like GT7 or when I'm on like most of these games that I'm racing on here, it usually doesn't feel any different. Like it still feels pretty natural. The only thing that changes is when I'm racing is I get more aggressive most of the time, and then I make more mistakes because I'm racing. So, all right, my friends, if you guys like this content, do not forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.